Well, welcome back to Burke's Repair. We're still working on the old Toyota pickup frame here. And I got some fish plates made for you. I'm going to put on the frame here. Right here over top of my weld seam where it goes from one frame to the other. Anyway, so here they are. It's about 20 inches long, like I said. I got two of them. And I'm going to mount them up there and then we're going to weld them in. So, yippee-ki-yay. Hold on. Now let's see how she fits up here. We got it trimmed down a little bit. I think we're going to put it, I don't want it over top of that hole, so we'll put it on this one. The old that way, huh? Let's try this. Let's see how much we got here. Yeah. A little higher. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit. There. And I can get my bead. It's a little high. Let's go a little bit down. Yeah. That's about as good as it's going to be, I suppose. A little bit higher on that. As long as I can get the welding gun in there. Let's see if it fits. We're going to get plenty out of ourselves here. We got a fun spot to weld. Let's see that. Not impossible, but also not the greatest. I might have to lift up on this. I'll get this tacked in place, and then I'll lift up on the cab and get it a little higher. I'll get back to you after I get this tacked on. Alright, started welding here. Of course, I started going without filming. See how I do on this. Let's see here. bad. Some trouble here. This thing in my face. Let's see. Let's put this circle to bed here. I don't really need that on there anymore. Let's see. It's getting a little hot. A lot hot. Spot there. Dirty in there. All right, let's try this. Not left-handed, but gonna have to be, I guess. Terrible. Good. That's probably one of the best welds I've had. Well, see if I can get a little more on the top here. I'm gonna have to jack that cab up a little bit. Anyway, we'll give you a break here. Kind of a lot of welding. Well, here we go. Just gonna hook her up to the frame. Got the cab jacked up a little. It's difficult getting up in here, but we are getting it. It's gonna keep filling until you see it full. Not the handiest little mirror, but it shows a true reflection, which is all I care about. A little bit more right here. Yep, a little bit more right there. We'll have that filled in. Helmets. Looking overhead is not my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. Trim this off a little bit. There. Let's see where I gotta be. Fun, fun, fun. Get on my head. Okay. I would say that's probably full. Just love getting burnt. I don't know, wear gloves. Can't feel what I'm doing when I'm wearing gloves. Let's see what the mirror tells me again. Let's see what the mirror tells me. It's full now. Oh yeah. Full all the way across the top. Yep. Well, all the way across the top of the old frame. Now I gotta get the rest of this, which I will do here. Little clippity clip on the tip. Let's see. Having the hoisting away is not handy for certain. Yeah, we're gonna do a little buff down here, so I'm not gonna record that. Well, let's see how we do on this overhead weld. I can get my helmet to stay on the way I want. Stop that for a sec. Well, it's filling in good. Right here. Overhead, it's not as easy. Not as easy as it looks. But it can be done with a wire welder. Almost there. Okay. A little buff. Just a little bit globby, but that's pretty normal for welding overhead. It's a little globby here and there, but it's got good penetration. Probably give this just a little bit of a right here. Or pass. See how that looks. Yeah. With that. I think you've had enough of this one. That's one fish plate. And we're just about ready to be done dressing this up here. It's one last little buff and a couple of spots that needed a touch. I know you're not usually supposed to do that, but it is my frame, so. There we go. Just after a few sliders in here, I can't really get out. there's one fish plate. That took about an hour for sure. But that should be one solid joining of the frame right there. I ain't taking any chances with my son's life, so there we go. That's one. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go. Nobody said it was going to be quick and easy. So, see you later. Well, I'm back again. Happy day. We're going to weld the other fish plate on the driver's side here. And I'm not going to bore you with a copy of the last thing I just did from doing the other side yesterday, but just letting you know where I'm at in progress. So just showing you this, and we'll fill you in when I get some more new stuff to show you. Okay? Cool. Okie doke. Well, now I'm going to start fish plating it in here and over here. I got to first buff it down this area here. Decided I'm going to go all the way over to this where it's doubled up. Give it a little more strength. Not that I've been burning through, but so made a couple of fish plates out of some existing metal bracing I had from a previous manufacturing situation. So anyway, plan here is to buff this down. Let me get under here a minute. Oh, this is why you always buy the one without the plate on the floor, because they suck. It's nice having a hoist, but the plate on the floor sucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld it right there, and where you're seeing that edge, it's going to be a V, you know, and then I'll go over to here a foot, and that way it'll clear that cross member that's going to be for the cab mount, see? So that's pretty much it for the moment. I'm going to keep going on this, and we'll talk about it later. Well, we got that fish plate welded in there now, and that one. Got to clean up the welds a little bit because it's difficult welding underneath a truck body. I had to lift it up. That one's done. That one's done now. So, yay. That thing ought to be stout. You know, unless the factory frame continues to go to pieces. But there was some solid metal to weld to there, and I welded it right to this torsion bar perch. It's not the prettiest, but it's definitely functional. Got to do a little cleanup. Never claimed to be a professional welder, just good enough to get by. Anyway, I had to change tips on my welder. It was getting pretty rough there for a little bit. And then it smoothed out like this after I changed tips, so it was time for certain. Any old Hugh, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I deserve it. See you in a minute. Well, I'm just gonna wrap up this one for a moment. So this is the cross member, that I need to copy and make to fit the front of the fuel tank, and then it's, you know, right in this area. See that little line there? That's the measurement it needs to go to. So yeah, I'll have to fit it over that fish plate. The fish plate was the most important thing. I couldn't care less about the strength of the cross member. That doesn't really do anything there. But we'll make it stout. Anyway, I'm not going to be doing any filming today, and this is it for now. We'll come back and we'll do some more later. So thanks for watching.